Hello people, my name is Ida. Welcome to a new video, and today I am doing the try a chapter challenge thingy something. I have a stack of books here that I don't know if I'm going to keep. So I wanted to give them a fair chance, and I will give them a chance by reading a chapter from them and see if there's something I want to continue with. So there is one that I don't think that I'm going to continue. I'm sorry about the lighting. I don't have anything to roll through there, but I will try to make this work. I'm sitting in my living room because I wanted to film somewhere else. It's kind of annoying. I will figure something out. But I have this stack of books. I'm going to go through them, talk about them, a bit about them and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna read a chapter, plus the prologue, if there is a prologue, and then I will come back to you guys and say if I'm going to continue them or let them go. So the first one is The Natural History of Dragons, a memoir by Lady Trent by Marie Brennan. I had this on my bookshelves for a hot minute, and at first I was very interested in it. I have heard good things about it. There's even cool illustration on it, so I was like, that could be cool, but it's been on my shelf for a long time. I haven't gravitated towards it. It's very historical, but with dragons, but it's not really, from what I have heard, it's not really action-packed. So I don't know if this is going to be for me. So I'm going to try a chapter of this, and I will read you from the backs of this one. From Scareland to the forest reaches of Erica, Lady Trent is known by the world as a preeminent dragon naturalist who brought the story of dragons into clear light of modern science. But before she came an illustrious figure we now know, there was a bookish young woman whose passion was to learning defied the stifling conversation of her day. Here, at last, in her own words, is the true story of a pioneering spirit who risked her reputation, her prospect, and her fragile flesh to satisfy her scientific curiosity, and how she sought true love and happiness despite lamentable eccentricities. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. And her thrilling expedition in the perilous mountain of Vistrana, where she made the first of many historic discoveries that would change the world forever. It sounds interesting. I don't think it will be for me, this concept of books, but again, I will try a chapter and then I will see from there. The next one is one that I could potentially keep because it has interest for me, and that is Sabriel by Garth Nix. This has been on my shelf for a very hot minute. I also had a Danish edition at some point, and now I'm here with an English edition, and I still haven't read it, but it still sounds interesting to me. So this one is mostly the likely one I'm going to keep. It depends on what happens in the first chapter. So it says here, who will guard the dead, the living, when the dead rise? Sabriel is the daughter of a maid, a portion, ever since she was a tiny child, and she lived outside the wall of the old kingdom, far away from the uncontrolled power of free magic and away from the dead who want to stay dead. But now her father is missing, and Sabriel is called upon to cross back into the world to find him. Leaving the safety of school she has known as home, Sabriel embarks on a quest fraught with supernatural dangers, with companions she is unsure of, for nothing is as it seems within the boundary of the old kingdom. There she confronts an evil that threatens much more than her life, and comes face to face with her hidden destiny. It does sound really interesting, so I kind of hope that I'm intrigued by the first chapter, but we will have to see. The next one is also one I have on my shelf for a while, and that is King of Ashes by Raymond E. Feist. I have a few other books by Raymond E. Feist that I want to read, but this one I bought, I don't remember when I bought it, but I just haven't been gravitated towards it, and I haven't really been thinking about it, so now I'm going to try chapters to see if this is something for me. Behind a kingdom will burn. The royal family of Ithrace has been slaughtered. Now only 4 kingdoms remain in Garn, but they are on brink of war. Their leaders terrified that the newborn Ithraci heir may have survived and been smuggled away, destined to grow up with revenge in his heart. Declan is a gifted apprentice, bracelet content in learning his craft, until Slaver descends on his peaceful village, forcing him to flee, taking with him priceless knowledge of ancient methods for forging powerful weapons. On the secret island realm of the Krilli Narcostis, 3 young friends are being schooled as assassins and spies. Dante, son of a senior master, Hava, a fierce, serious girl and a gifted fighter, and Hatu, a lad burdened with unexpected fury, whose hair is bright and fiery as shaded red. This one I actually think could interest me very much because of the blacksmith effort in this, because I just finished Black Heat and by Bex Hogan, and there was a blacksmith in it, and I was like kind of interested in that. So this one could also be a keeper, but we will have to see, because it does sound interesting, and we will see. The next one is The Unspoken Name by A.K. Lockwood. And this one has also been on my shelf for a little while. I have heard good things about it, I heard bad things about it. I have heard if you like the Chorus of Dragon series by Jen Lyons, you will like this type of book. And stuff like that. And I do like the Chorus of Dragon series. I'm currently on book 3 on that series, so it could be something for me, but at the same time, I haven't really, again, been gravitated, all these books I haven't really been gravitated towards, so we will see what is going to happen. So it says here, what if you knew how and when you would die? Sorway was raised by a dead cult steeped in old magic, and on her 13th birthday she was destined to climb a mountain to sacrifice herself at the unspoken run shrine. Yet even she prepares for death, as Social offers her a new fate, leave with him and live, turn away from her destiny and the god to become his thief, spy, and assassin. Together they will topple empire and help him reestablish control. However, Zoe will discover the gods remember. She had learned to live on a knife's edge, gaining skill and power, but friends can turn to traitors if you linger long enough. All death will become due. It does really sound interesting now that I'm reading the synopsis again, so we will have to see what this is going to be. And the next one is one that I am probably not going to keep anyway, how I feel about the first chapter / prologue, if there is, and that is Fourth Ring by Rebecca Yarros. So I have watched an in-depth review, Reads with Rachel, I believe. I will leave that channel down below. If I read this, I know that its maximum is going to get a 3-star. And if I'm not interested in continue the series or anything like that, I will unhaul the 3 stars. I always unhaul 3 stars unless they're part of a series or it's a series that I'm interested to continue on. So I know what happens in this book. Most of it, I didn't watch all the reviews, but I read, listened to most of them. I'm probably not going to keep it. So this is just for fun, reading the first chapter, just to see, because it does not sound like something for me. So it's just, I will see when it comes to that. Okay, the next one is A Hero Born by Jen Young. This is a book that I have on my shelf for a long time. I know it's a long series, and that is also one of the reasons why I might unhaul it, because I'm already trying to read a lot of long series and I really need to go down on the series that I need to focus on. But this one is still interesting for me, so we will see how I think when I read the first chapter. This says, in a world where Kung Fu is magic, kingdoms vie for power, and the battle to become the ultimate Kung Fu master unfolds, and a lucky hero is born. It sounds so interesting, so I don't know. It depends on the chapter. It depends on what I think about the chapter. So I think this is going to be hard. There's a lot of hitters that I think could be really, really good to keep. So I don't know how I'm going to go with this channel. The next one is an old one, and that is The Chains Winds by Jack L. Cholker. This one I bought in a used bookstore a long time ago. And I haven't been gravitated it. Mostly I bought it because of this stunning cover. But this is a really old book. It is, when did it come out? 1969. The year of my birth. Wow, I didn't know that. Cool. So this one says, when the train trams blow from the seat of the probabilities across the world that they themselves created, they are once random and consistent, obeying their own spectral meteorology. Most of the universe created by winds exists separately in time and space, but close to the seat of probability. They are more densely packed. One may walk from one universe to another and not realize it until too late. Other, this tumultuous sea of realities rule the Akbaret, whose sorcerers and mastery over physical laws, giving them absolute power over an empire of worlds beyond continuing. For countless centuries, those who paid tributes to the Akbaret had dreamed of a deliverer. For countless centuries of the Akbaret sorcerers had dreamed of the ultimate power, control, and direction of the trains winds themselves, a power that would truly make gods over all the universe everywhere. And now two brave young women from the earth have been caught up in the fury of the change winds. They themselves be transformed, but in the process they will change everything. I had a brain fart reading that synopsis. That sounded so confusing, but so good at the same time. Holy shit. Wow. That sounded very, very confusing, but I'm giving it a try nonetheless. It's for an Eva. They wrote it for an Eva, and my name is Eva, so that's kind of funny. Maybe this is destined to be. We never know. Not before I read the first chapter. So that's kind of funny. And the last book I have here is Battle Mates by Stephen Aaron. I really wanted to read from Stephen Aaron for a long time. And I have this book sitting on my shelf for so long. I heard that it's very action heavy and there's a lot of battle in it. But at the same time, I just kind of lost interest. And now I want to see if I can reignite my interest for this book. And it says, I can command storms, summon fire, and unmake stone. Balefrost growled, it's dangerous to meddle with things you don't understand. Balefrost is a battle mage, sworn to fight and die for a country that fears his kind. Vargus is a common soldier. While mages shoot lightning from the walls of his city, he is down on the front line getting blood on his blade. Talranda is the princess and spymaster by the war will force her to risk everything and make the greatest sacrifice of all. Magic and mayhem collide in this explosive epic fantasy from a major new talent. So I believe it's his debut, maybe? I don't know. But it still sounds interesting, and I think I'm going to have a blast reading all of these. I might not finish reading all the chapters today, but at least I have started and I explained my intent with this video, and let's get started. Hello, it is time for me to end this video. Let's try a chance and unhaul some books. I have a stack of books. I tried a chapter of 8 books, and I have decided not to keep any of them. Some writing style didn't captivate me, or I just didn't feel that I would be interested in it in the long run. So I'm getting rid of them all, but there is 2 books more that I'm gonna get rid of, and I will just put that a bit of an unhaul video on this as well. So I will start with the 2 books that I'm getting rid of. That I have. One of them I have read, and another one is a duplicate. So I will talk about them first. So the book that I'm going to get rid of is the illustrated edition of The Painted Man by Peter V. Brett. I DNF'd this series, last year or this year. I think it was last year. And unhauled most of the book, but kept this one because, firstly, it's really, really pretty. And this book I actually liked of the series, but I have decided just to get rid of it. It taking up too much space, and the more I think about it, the more I don't really like it, and so this one is going. And then the duplicate is the Judgment Throne. I have just gotten a special edition copy of the Judgment Throne, so I don't need this one. So this one will be going as well. So to the books that I tried a chapter of. The first one is A Hero Born by Jin Young. I don't know how to pronounce things. This one I is maybe the one who caught me the most interest, but it's such a long series, so I decided, at least not now, I didn't know it was illustrated. So, but I'm getting rid of that. Battlemates didn't caught my interest. I am interested in reading some of Stephen Iron's other books. The newest one, I think, or the second newest one, is a duology. The first one is called The Coward. That one I'm interested in, so I'm definitely going to check out the author again at some point. Then The Changeling, I almost just stopped reading because it mentioned Disney, and I was like, no, I'm not interested in that. So I was like, but I did read it, and I'm not. Next one is Fourth Ring. I didn't like the first chapter of this, so it's going, and I knew I wouldn't. So away from me you go. Sabriel didn't interest me. Right Inside didn't interest me, so that's going. This one, then A Natural History of Dragon, a memoir by Lady Trent. I don't think it's for me. So, Raymond E. Feist, King of Ashes, didn't interest me. It's going. And then also on The Unspoken Name by A.K. Lockwood. I didn't like the writing style of this one, so it's going as well. So that was all the books that I'm currently getting rid of. I'm a person who donates them to someone who will then donate them to people who can't afford books. So they are going that way. I might ask my boyfriend if there's some he's interested in, but it's not really that type of book he reads. But I might ask him, so they might also go some to him. Otherwise, they're going, and I have room for all the other new books that I'm currently buying. So, because of my mental health have been so down lately, it's been very hard for me to record videos, and though I really, really want to. The next video will be after this one. I believe is going to be a short vlog that I recorded here in the end of May. I have 1 day or 2 days left of that, so that will come up later, but hopefully I can finish editing this one before that. Other than that, I hope that you enjoy this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Everything of that is free, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.